For review number 2, it says the area of a rectangular coffee table is given by the trinomial x squared plus 5x minus 14. The table's length is x plus 7. What is the table's width? So first thing we have to recognize is that we will have to factor. And so this right here would need to be x factor, and it's just normal x factor since x is 1. So I would say 1 times negative 14 is negative 14, and I am trying to get to a 5 in the middle. So the factors of 14 are 1 and 14, 2 and 7, and I know that 7 minus 2 could make a 5. And I also had taught you guys that if this sign is positive, then if this is the bigger number of the two, then this is also positive. All right, so now we would say that our answer is x minus 2 and x plus 7. Well, we see that we have that here. So the other thing I'm looking for is x minus 2, which is D. In number 2, the area of a rectangular serving tray is 2x squared plus 3x minus 27. The width of the tray is 2x plus 9. What is the length of the tray? So here's our trinomial. We're going to do x factor with bottoms up because this number in front of x squared is bigger than 1. So 2 times negative 27 is negative 54. We have to get to 3. So there are many factors of 54. Okay, but it looks like 9 and 6 could get to 3. And so 9 minus 6 gets to 3. Again, these have to match signs on this side of the x, which they do. And so I would say x minus 6, x plus 9. But because that's a 2, bigger than 1, I have to divide by 2. So we divide this and we get x minus 3. Here, we cannot divide that. We can't reduce it, so we bring the bottom up, and we would have 2x plus 9. So in the problem, it gave us the 2x plus 9, which we do have. Okay, that checks off. So now we're looking for x minus 3, which is letter D. In number 3, we have discussed that the word completely means to find a GCF. So when I look here at this problem, I see that 2 could go, or to divide into 2, 4, and 30 evenly. I also see there's an x in every term, so I would take the lowest x out. So now I would say, okay, well 2x divide, 2 divided by 2, subtract my x's, divide, subtract again, and divide. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. We don't write that down. So now I'm going to go find that 2x here. So that's not it. Right, so I mark those out. Then I have to do x factor on the inside of the parentheses. Okay, so inside of here. 1 times negative 15 is negative 15. 2 is our middle number. And the factors of 15 are 1 and 15, 3 and 5. 3 and 5 can get to 2. So 5 minus 3 would be 2. So we would say x minus 3, x plus 5, with that 2x in front, can't forget that guy, and that would match to B. Oh, it looks like, well, C couldn't be it either because x squared, and that's not true. So B it is. All right, number 4. Which of the following is equivalent to this polynomial? So first, I would keep this first part the same. But in the second half, we have that minus in the middle of the parentheses, acts as a negative 1. So you have to distribute that, which just means that you're changing these signs. So negative times negative is positive. And negative times positive would be negative. Okay, so 7a and 2a combine to be 9a. And then 16b minus 5b is 11b. And so this would have to match with D as well. Okay. Moving on. So in number 5, we are adding polynomials. And so I'm going to look for the biggest exponent. So I have 7, 1, 5, and a 1. So the 7 would go first here, 13b to the 7th. Okay, and then I would work my way to the 5. And then negative 6b and 4b could combine to be negative 2b. In number 6, we're adding polynomials. So 3x squared and 7x squared would be 10x squared. Okay, then I have 3x and 6x. That would add to be 9x. And then lastly, I would have negative 6 plus 8. And negative 6 plus 8 is positive 2. In number 7, we're going to, it says subtract, we're going to write this out like normal. But this here, we're going to distribute that negative, basically changing our signs. So it looks like our highest exponent is a 3, and you can see it's not over here, it's over here. That's totally okay. That negative 4x cubed can't combine with anything, so I bring it down. And then I have the positive 6x squared, followed by negative 3x and a negative 2x to make negative 5x. And then lastly, I have a 4 and a 10 to make 14. In number 8, multiplying polynomials. So we have our setup here. X times x would be x squared. X times negative 7 is negative 7x. 3 times x would be 3x. And 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. So now I'm going to say, okay, well, x squared can't combine with anything. But this could. 3 minus 7 would be negative 4x. And then the negative 21 can't combine with anything, so I would bring it down. Okay? In number 9, again, I'm multiplying. So let's put that x and 3, x and negative 3. So x times x would be x squared. 3 times x is 3x. Negative 3 times x. And then negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. So these basically cancel out. 3 minus 3 makes 0. So we're left with x squared minus 9. In number 10, I'm going to put the binomial here because there's only 2 terms and there's only 2 spaces. Then I'll put the trinomial at the top. So this would become 2x to the third. 2x and 5x would be 10x squared. 2x times 3 would be 6x. Then we have negative 4x squared. This would become 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Bring the x down. And then 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. So first term, I can't combine with anything. Okay, then I have the 2's, exponents of 2's. So 10 minus 4 would be 6. And then 6x minus 20x is negative 14x. And then that minus 12 would just come down at the end there. Okay, and number 11, We are dividing polynomials, so this is where we divide the 8 and the 4. And then we're subtracting the exponents for the x's together and then the y's together. Remember, there's a 1 there. So 5 minus 3 would be x squared. The y's would be y. 3 minus 1 would be 2. 12 divided by 4 would be 3. 4 minus 3 would be x to the first. 2 minus 1 would be y to the first. Negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. 3 minus 3 is 0, so I don't write that down. And then 1 minus 1 is also 0, so I don't write that down. Now, when I did 4 minus 3 and 2 minus 1, and I got 1s here, you can write the 1 in, or you don't have to. Okay, in number 12, we take that monomial and we put it underneath here. We get rid of it. And we're just dividing, subtracting, dividing, subtracting, dividing, subtracting. So 15 divided by 5, 4 minus 3. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 3 minus 3 is 0, so I don't write that down. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And 1 minus 3 is negative 2, which means you have to put that at the bottom of the fraction. And again, we really don't need that 1 there.